Good morning, Flosstube. Welcome back to my channel. This is Mandy. You found me at Mandy Made Stitches. This is my YouTube channel about mostly cross stitch, a little bit of quilting. Sometimes there's embroidery. Welcome back. Today it's Saturday, December the 5th. It's a little earlier in the day than I usually film. My husband's home watching my 4-year-old. They're actually going to start putting the Christmas lights on the house outside. So that's good. And then trying to get this in before I go exercise this morning. So yeah, this is Flosstube number 15, and I think that's all I have. Not a whole lot has gone on since my last update, just same old same with work and kids and all that good stuff. Yeah, kind of trying to do some Christmas shopping. So that is, I'm not going to the stores, but I'm having a hard time deciding what to buy online for like my family that lives in Washington. So I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I don't have a whole lot of life update. I do have a couple. I have one FFO to show you. I have one finish, and then a whole lot of whips because I've been randomly picking whips off of my Christmas. My spreadsheet with all my Christmas whips listed. Actually, it's a combination of whips and kitted items, and I've kind of had a lot of new starts for some reason. Those are getting picked a lot. And I kind of went through and counted, and if I want to touch every piece in December that I have, I'd have to work on 2 different ones every day for the rest of the month. So that's a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I am getting a little burnt out on new starts, so I might try to work on a finish here here coming up. But we'll just see what is calling to me and what I have time for. Anyways, I'll start with this quilt in the back. This is something I pieced together last Christmas and quilted it on my long arm last year. It was a kit that I got from Moda Fabrics. I think it's called Home for the Holidays. I'll scoot over a little bit. So these are just, well, the trees I pieced, but these are like panels, each of these. The trees are pieced and and my house is pieced. And then I backed it with some Cuddle fabric. I can't remember who, it's like Shannon Fabrics, I think. It's soft, and it's like a gingham, and then it's got my little label. You can't see it, that great, but it's handmade by Amanda Lee. So I like that one. That was my first time using like a soft fabric as backing, like a minky type plush fabric as backing, and so that was fun. And then you can kind of got a sneak peek. This is what I decided to do with that sled. So I got the sled from Michael's. I showed you this reindeer roundup as a finish last week. It's reindeer roundup by the Prairie Schooler, stitched on a 32 count Joblin in lamb's wool with the called for DMC. So I put a little bit of batting to make it fluff up a little bit, and then you can't really see the rickrack, but I put rickrack around it, and then just some fabric on mat board. And I was gonna put like a big bow here, but I didn't have any ribbon that I liked, and I'm trying to not go to the store for frivolous things right now. So I just had this pick that I think I got at Joann's last year. I just put it on there. I think it's cute. I'm just gonna lean it up against a wall in my house somewhere. But that's that. I was happy with that finish. I'm kind of glad I didn't put that other one that I was going to put on there, the Deck the Halls by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I talked about that in a couple videos ago, but I decided not to do that, and I like that finish better. I think the greens match better. And then I have one stitched finish piece that's not FFO'd. This is, Christmas Cake. It was a mystery stitch along by Barbara Anna Designs. It's stitched on a piece of 28 count. Ooh, I think it's called light khaki. It's a linen with the called for DMC. So this was a really fun stitch, and it worked out pretty quick. It was released in like four or five parts, I think. And so yeah, I'm glad to have that finished. Sorry I didn't iron it. I'm probably gonna try to find a frame for it, or I don't think I probably won't finish it with a bunch of frilly things. Okay, next is whips. I have a big pile here, and they're in no particular order. If you're new here, welcome back. Or that doesn't make any sense. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Thank you for watching. I've had a few more subscribers lately, and I think that's because of my shout out from Mary Ashcraft. I think that's her YouTube name. Mary Ashcraft on Flosstube. She gave me a little shout out, which was it was exciting. It made me happy when I was watching her video because yeah, that was my first like official shout out, at least that I know of. Anyways, that was fun, and I know I got a few more subscribers from that shout out. So thanks, Mary. And then I lost my train of thought. Oh, whips. I have a lot of whips that I'm showing you because I kind of wanted to work on a bunch of Christmas stuff in December, and so I put all of my whips and my kitted Christmas themed items on a list, like a spreadsheet, and I have an app that picks a random number, and I go to the spreadsheet and pick and work on whatever whip that number is assigned to, basically. And so I've been working on probably about two. I've been spinning about twice every day, so I have close to 10 whips to show you, I think. Anyways, this first one is one I just started this morning because it was rolled last night, but I worked on something else during the day, and then when I got home I was too tired because I got home late last night. I worked a late shift 1 to 9, and so I didn't get home until like 9:30, and then I was tired at night, so I didn't do any stitching when I got home. But so I started this one this morning. This is Christmas in the Kitchen by Luminous Fiber Arts. I got the kit off of her Etsy store. So it came, or Etsy store, or maybe her website. But it came with the linen, which is called Faded Denim, 32 count linen. It came with a specialty, the 4 hand dyed floss. So Cupid, lemongrass, lettuce leaf, and Weeks Dyeworks pecan. So these are the floss colors, and then I just pulled the DMC from my stash. I was missing like 2, so I just substituted some that I had in my stash. But this is just a tiny little start. I'm stitching it on the called for linen, 32 count, 2 over 2, and I just started at the bottom. So yeah, that's my little tiny start on that. Next, and these are not in any particular order. I'm just gonna pull them as I go. Next, this is a piece by Country Cottage Needleworks called Away We Go. I started this in Stitch Mania Mania 2020. I'm stitching it on a piece of 16 count navy by probably Wichelt. Sorry, I have a pop on my screen. Stitching it with a called for fancy floss. And I basically, when I worked on it, I just got the finished the bottom snow and started kind of outlining these houses. So that's that. Sorry, I'm gonna put things away as I go so I don't make a huge mess. This one I showed you last week, but I felt like putting a little more stitches into it, so I pulled it out. I don't think I got much more. This is a freebie called Little Quaker Christmas by Susan Ackey. There's the name. The charts, it's a freebie, but it's not a color. And so I'm stitching it on 16 count Aida, 2 strands over 1 Aida square, and the Fat Quarter Shop had like a kit of the Orifloss colors, so that's what I'm using. And then once I finish this, I want to start that new Christmas free one that's on the Orifloss blog. I talked about it a couple of videos ago, and I think I listed it in the description box probably 2 weeks ago. So either go back to that video, or if you need the link or want the link, just message me. Next is Mr. Marshmallow. This was a new start by With Thy Needle and Thread. I am stitching it with, I think I did a color conversion. It's probably some of the called fors, and then I just did similar to whatever I had in my stash. And I'm stitching it on a piece of Be Stitch Me 32 count Lugana. The color is, I think it's Witch's Brew. Yeah, Witch's Brew that I got in her, was it called Spooky Box? I think it was called a Spooky Box. So I just thought it matched really well to I think the called for linen is probably Kermit. Yeah, Kermit Linen by Pictureless Plus. Anyways, this is my first time using, is it my first time? I think it's close-ish to my first time using silk, but this is actually, it's Alvera Soie d'Alger. I don't speak French, but I actually found it at a thrift store when we lived in Colorado. So that was kind of cool. It was like, and that was before I really knew much about silks. And I just think I liked the color, and I felt like I had maybe heard the name before of Soie from Flosstubers, and so it was in a bin. I probably paid 50 cents for it. But there was a cool, like secondhand craft store when we lived in Colorado Springs, and I'm blanking on the name of it. But there was one, and there was one in Colorado Springs, and there was one in Fort Collins, Colorado. And they had a lot of linen, or they had a lot of cross stitch stuff. They had a lot of like scrapbooking stuff. They had a lot of fabric, and it was all like secondhand. So I didn't discover it until we were close to leaving there, but I kind of wish it had more. And then COVID hit before we left. Otherwise, I would have gone there a lot more. But yeah, that was a cool store. I wish there was one like that around here, because my Goodwills are crappy. I don't find any good stuff at the Goodwills around here. Rant. Anyways, next is was another new start. Jardin Privé. I can't say that. Truelle Truth. I don't know what it means. But I've had this kitted up for a little while, and I, just thought, okay, good time. Better, no, it's the same being kitted up in my stash as it is a whip. So that's part of the reason I'm starting all these things. Is it's literally the same thing if it's just sitting in my stash as a kit, or if I put a few stitches into it. This one is good because I outline this tree, and then I can just grab it and fill in if I'm like going somewhere where I don't want to look at a pattern or don't want to have to fuss with that. So this is the middle tree, and then I'll probably work that way and then that way. I think it's the called for DMC in the chart. Yeah, and I think this one will work out pretty quick. It's 16 or 14 count. It's a witch out Ada, probably like beautiful beige or something like that. I have it written down somewhere, just not with this, not in the bag. Next, another new start. I think I talked about this last video because I was going to start this after I filmed that last video. So this is called Winter by the Cricket Collection. I'm stitching it. It calls for a ton of, look at all that floss. Oh, a ton of floss. I think it's the called for DMC. I'm pretty sure. And then there's one blending, rainbow blending thread filament, whatever that's called. But I'm stitching this on a piece of 16 count earth by Be Stitch Me. And so I basically just did the W. It's almost, the W letter is done, but there's like some little details that I obviously haven't done. But that's that. Every time I pull these out, I feel like I want to do some more stitching on them. So I think that's one nice thing about having a lot of whips is you can jump around kind of easily, and I don't know, but on the other hand, sometimes I feel like stressed out about it. Okay, so this next one, I know you've seen it before. It's in the Home for the Holidays book, Blackbird Designs, Christmas Garden. I am stitching it in colors I just picked. DMC, the red is $4.98, the brown is $8.39, the gold is $30.45, and the green is $5.20. All I have started is the top border. I started in the middle because I wasn't sure how much edge I would have, so I started in the middle, and then I'll probably work down the side. But this is top right border. And I'm stitching it on a piece of 32 count Lugana in Mocha by Be Stitch Me. So yeah, I am excited to get back to this one. I've had it kitted up for a little while. I was going to start it with Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch back in September, and I never got around to it, and it got rolled, so I just started it. So that's that one. Sorry if I'm going kind of fast. Like I said, I'm trying to get this in before I have to leave for a exercise class. The next one is called Green Christmas. I know I talked about this a few videos ago. I didn't get much more stitched on it. This is a pattern by Jardin Privé. It's a PDF that I have, so I don't have the printed out one. It is charted. The one I think the model is called Red Christmas, and it's just stitched in reds. I liked the green one better, so I'm doing it in greens. And it's colors that I just picked from my stash. And all I have is literally just the border. I think I only added like this little bit. This is an 18 count Ada that I dyed myself with, not with like a blue, I think, down blue. I don't remember what color I dyed. Sorry, you can hear baby crying. My husband just went to get him, I think. Okay, 2 more whips and then we're on to haul. Yay! This was a new start yesterday, so this is what I was working on during the day. This is Prairie Schooler Christmas Alphabet. I got the kit last year. If you watch Fat Quarter Shop, Flosstube, Kimberly Jolly kind of converted the colors. And so they had a kit. She stitched it on black. So this is stitched on 16 count chalkboard Ada. I just did the boxes. And she did like a full color conversion. So like I said, I just bought the kit and have been I started that. I kind of hemmed and hawed about starting this one because it got rolled or got spun, whatever. And I was, I don't know, I wasn't feeling excited about starting it, but then I went and looked, but I've had it in my stash for like a year. And then I went and looked at the pictures on YouTube or on Instagram of Kimberly Jolly's piece. And I was like, yeah, I really like that. I want to stitch it up. So I was going to break it down as a kit and just say maybe in another couple of years I'll stitch it, but I changed my mind. So anyways, this last piece I also did not get very much work on. Holiday Quaker by Lila Studio. I am stitching it on a piece of 18 count. Mummy, 18 count Mummy by Bee Stitch Me. Really, all I did was this blue. That's it. So not a lot of progress. I'm stitching it with the called for floss. Okay, that's all my whips. All my whips. I do have a little bit of haul, and I did kind of spoil myself and get two Stitchy Advent boxes. One of them is by Stitchy Box, and one of them is by Forbidden Fiber Company. So I will show you what I got in those, and then I did just get some other haul. Yeah. So first, I'll just do regular haul. I'm sure you've seen this before. This came from Russia, Nitka Moscow on Instagram. It was the only place you can buy some of Barbara Anna's patterns until she recently released this Christmas tree one. And I enjoyed that other cake one so much that I bought the Christmas tree one, and I bought her Tree of Magic one. So that'll be fun to get those started. And they came pretty fast. I think she shipped them out like last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. They came fast. I got some, this came from Fire Poppies. I got some beads and some petite treasure braid for a Shannon Christine Winter Snowflakes, I think it's called. That's a new pattern that she came out with recently that I purchased and kitted up, and it's on my list to start, so I just went ahead and bought the beads. And to be honest with you, I'm not remembering what the treasure braid was for. I know it was for something. I want to say it was maybe for that winter pattern. I know I'm not the only one that happens to, but it'll come back to me. Okay, these were 2 pieces of linen I won in Brandy's Bee Stitch Me's Friday Night Fight Night like 2 weeks ago. They're both unnamed. This is a 28 count linen. It's a flat quarter. It's just a pretty like neutral tannish color. And this is a 36 count linen in like a light bluish gray. So that's that. Fat Quarter Shop had this, I think it was a flash sale, this Sunday Best quilts. Either a flash sale or it was like their monthly book that's on sale. So, because I'm for some reason feeling like I need to buy books. Really, I made a purchase because I have fear of missing out, and I wanted to get their Black Friday like mystery stuff. And then I was a little disappointed by what I got just because I have all this stuff because I was in the Sew Sampler box for so long. I don't get the Sew Sampler box anymore because one, I've gotten more into cross stitch, and 2, I just had a bunch of projects that I hadn't sewn together as quilts. So I decided to stop that box. So anyways, these have all been in past Sew Sampler boxes. You can never have too many bags, so this was good. And little quilty themed band-aids, that's cute. I guess I will use this at some point of just a fat or a, what is this called? Block of, I can't remember. Not a layer cake. Whatever, 5-inch squares. These are some labels, quote labels. I haven't actually used the other ones I have. And then this is a wide Dresden ruler to make that pattern, which I think I still have that. I don't remember if I ended up selling that or not. I actually think I ended up selling it. So anyways, but with that order, I got this pattern, and then I got the little dish to go with it. This was all to get up to the needed amount, the amount you needed to order to get the mystery box. And then I just because I like stitching with the Belle Soie now, I just got a bunch of random colors that I'll throw into different projects. And then this is one more whip that I forgot to show you. Sorry, jumping around all over the place. Little House Needleworks Winter. So this is, I got this as all four seasons from Fat Quarter Shop. It comes as a kit with the Belle Soie floss, and then I'm just stitching it on a piece of, I think it's 28 count mushroom lagana maybe, and all I got was that bottom border. But this is another good one because you don't have to change out floss colors, so you can kind of just pick it up and stitch on it. You still have to follow a pattern. It's not like filling in. Okay, almost done. Next, I will show you what I got in the 2 different Advent boxes. So the first one is, so it's days 1 through 5 because today's the 5th. This is the Stitch Supply box, the Christmas one. The first was called Flower Silk in the colorway Christmas Lights. It says, yeah, a Flower Silk exclusive. The second item was some cute little beads. It says Trans Gold Luster Green Seed Beads Mayuki 15. Some beads, it's cute, and they all come in these like little cute little bags. This is day 3. Was a little pendant that you can put a stitched piece in here. Here, day 4 was some bells, jingle jingle. Sorry, it's not very exciting. Bells. And day 5 was this cute little Christmas tree like bead. It's got a hole in the top, so it says you can put it like to embellish some stitching or put it on a scissor fob. I think I might make it as a zipper pull. It's cute. So that was that. And then the Forbidden Fiber Company box. Day 1 was this piece of called Winter Sparrow. I got a 32 count linen. It's a 1/4 yard cut. So that's pretty. And I think the idea of this one is that you use the fabric to stitch a, there's like a pattern they're releasing in parts. So the pattern comes in there. I'm not going to show you the pattern, but it's a mystery. And then it comes with one floss, that's a color called Mistletoe. And this is a color called Garland. I haven't started stitching the mystery piece yet. I think I'm going to wait to get a few more parts. And then the other days there was this cool like floss keep. I don't actually have any of these, I don't think. So that'd be fun to use. And then it came with like a needle, what do they call it? A needle holder, little box. So that's cute with a cute little snowflake on it. I'm excited. I like this one. I think this one's, they're both a good deal. And it's fun to kind of wake up and be excited to open something new every day. So, but I feel very spoiled because I bought two. What else? I don't think I have anything else to share. I hope everybody's having a good first week of December. Thank you, as I said earlier, to those of you who've been watching my videos and liking and commenting. Oh, I was going to ask if anybody knows. Well, I really want to get into that Semi-Sane Stitchers Facebook group. And I watch several Flosstubers that talk about it, but I'm not great at commenting on their videos enough to like get to know them and have them vouch for me. I don't know. So if anybody is in that group and wants to recommend me or vouch for me to join it, I would really appreciate it. I think it sounds like fun. The thing they're doing this month is called Whip Wranglers, which sounds fun. You picked like 20 whips or something, and you roll a dice, and one dice leads to the whip number, and then you roll another die, and that leads how many stitches you have to put in to like wrangle the whip. There's another like ABC challenge. I don't know. It sounds like fun challenges. So I wanted to join that group, but let's see if I can find somebody that'll vouch for me. Anyways, I don't really have much else to say right now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the interaction. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. I don't really have many plans other than I'm probably going to just keep trying to work on little bits of whips here and there, or keep spinning a number like I said earlier. Yeah, okay. That's all I have. Happy stitching, and I will catch you all next weekend. Bye.